Hello everybody, welcome to the Learning Nook. My name is Grace Rivard and I am making this YouTube channel because I want to push for awareness in childhood development, health, and educational awareness. Now, even though some of the books and things that I will discuss over the course of this YouTube channel may be directed more towards children, that doesn't mean we all can't get something from it. As I like to say, we are all lifelong learners here at the Learning Nook. So I hope you can find something that you can take from today and apply it in your life or maybe even in your classroom. So each week, I would like to read a book to everyone. On top of that, I would like to pick a book of the week. This week's is The Anxious Ninja. So I decided to choose Anxious Ninja as the side book this week because I think it is important to talk about mental health and awareness in and outside of classrooms because children struggle with that too. Now in this book, you learn all about different feelings that this poor ninja has. And it is completely normal for us to feel anxious. We all do. On the backs, it shows all different kinds of characteristics that this ninja may have. And the most important thing that I think pulled out of this book is that it is okay to feel these feelings. And it also talks about the 3 R's. These 3 R's being recognize, relax, and refocus. This is such an important lesson we could teach in our classrooms and to our children because the 3 R's can be used to help us calm down in situations, whether that is because we're feeling angry, upset, stressed, or we just need a moment to ourselves. This is a fantastic book for that, and I would definitely say that it would be great to use in your classroom on a lesson for health and well-being. Here at the Learning Nook, you may notice that I have a few friends with us. I love knickknacks and having little things around to help push me to learn, and these are things that make me happy and just make me laugh a little bit because I think learning should be fun. So you may notice each week that maybe they move or change or new friends will join our Nook, but that is something that I'm excited to see. So with that being said, let's get into our book for this week. So I chose The Day You Begin. And this is what this book looks like. It is by Jacqueline Woodson and it is illustrated by Rafael Lopez. Now some of you may think, why did she say the author and illustrator? It is important that when reading children to our books or kids in our class, that we are always talking about what an author is, what an illustrator is, because it's important to know the difference. And it's important to give credit where credit is due. So this is a fantastic book. This is something that I would probably choose to read before the first day of school if you are at home reading to your kids, or to read on the first day of school. It is a fantastic book filled with all different diversities and cultures. And it talks about that there will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. And I think that is fantastic to teach and discuss in and outside of school. So this is such a fun book. I'm so excited to share it with you all today. I hope you enjoy. The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin color, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone down. Rigoberto from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sounds like flowers blooming, the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, one huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, What did you do last summer? Tell the class your story. We went to France, Jayla says. These shells came from a beach in Maine, a boy named Jonathan says, holding a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile that they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina, each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. Their travels go on and on. And as you stand in front of that classroom, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, as your day spent at home, caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen asleep. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for your other. There will be times when the lunch your mother has packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend Nadja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember the rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, and the game isn't one you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't know yet what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you, until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister. You tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travels, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. The end. Wow, what a fantastic story we both just got to enjoy. I hope you got a lot out of reading this. And here's a few tips for your classroom or home. While reading, it is important to keep kids stimulated because attention spans for each age changes. So if you were to read this to kindergartners, you need to have a very excited voice. You need to have changing voices for each student. And if you were to read it in older grades, you could have some volunteers read for Rigoberto, for Angelina. There are all different exciting ways that you can represent this in each classroom. On top of this, for a first day of school activity, you could read this book and then have an activity about who are you, and have them draw a picture of themselves and talk about maybe what their home is like, or fun things to do on the holidays, different things like that. What makes them them? And I think that is so important to celebrate in and out of the classroom. So I hope you enjoyed our first Learning Nook day, and I hope to see you back next week. We will have new and exciting things every single week for you to learn, and we can all grow together. Because like I said before, here at the Learning Nook, we are all lifelong learners. So enjoy and have a great weekend. Thank you. Here at the Learning Nook, we respect every kind of learner, and we always want people to remember to treat people with kindness with everything you do every day. For more information on childhood development, health, and wellness, please check out my Instagram as well as my Twitter account for more information. Thank you so much for listening.